Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, can't tell you how many times I tried doing this video and I managed to fuck up the commentary every time, so this is gonna be the final copy and I don't even care how it turns out at this point. It keeps getting put off, so I'm just gonna do it. Anyways, today we are going to be discussing 1.71 and particularly the effect it has had on rockets. Now, I think we can all agree that previously the rockets might have been a little too powerful. The snipes you could make with them, the amount of splash damage, might have been a bit much. But what they've done now is devastated them. Now, don't get me wrong, they are not exactly useless, but they are no longer anything near to what they were before. In fact, when they said they were going to rework rockets, I think that was an extremely appropriate word to use because they are nothing like they were before. It's not like they just changed splash damage or the penetration. They messed with them completely. What I would actually compare them to now, and which is why you could maybe argue that this isn't a horrible thing, I suppose. I don't know, but basically I would say they're kind of more like cannons. Yes, you heard me, like cannons, like the 30 millimeters and 37 millimeters cannons that the Russians and Germans get on their aircraft that you can use AP rounds with or AP belts with and use that as close air support. I would compare it to the rockets now, in the fact that they operate with these same principles. They how do I say it? Basically, you have to use rockets just like you would with those cannons. You can't just hit anywhere on the tanks. You have to go for critical compartments, and the penetration is much lower now and more like those shells. And just like the shells, you have to aim for the tops of the tanks, the engine decks to try and start fires, the roof of turrets to take out crew members, and maybe some internal, like down a turret drive or breach or something, but typically crew members and engine fires. And maybe I'll make a whole nother video on it, or leave it to you guys in the comments, or Reddit or some weird other source to debate whether rockets should work like this, whether if you get a direct hit you should deal a mass amount of damage, or if it's okay working like it does now. The way it works now is that you'll see in the video here that actually I think it's coming up pretty soon. I get a direct hit on a Tiger tank right by its engine deck, and it sets a fire, and that's it. Just like a round from a HVAP belt from a 30 millimeter cannon or a 37 millimeter AP round. It just damages whatever it hits. Now, I haven't tried this yet. It's entirely possible that if you come in from much sharper angles, like a 90-degree angle, and get a direct hit on top of a roof, maybe it'll kill the tank instantly because it will pen through and it's explosive damage. I don't know. I personally haven't messed with rockets enough since the update, but I have a little bit to see what they've exactly done and how it's affected a lot of the allies, mainly the US and Britain. Now, I think guys might have gone a little overboard with this quote-unquote nerf/rework. I think maybe if they just lower the splash damage and maybe the penetration, I don't know. I guess it's not all that important since the update's here now, and there's no point in discussing what they could have or should have done. But yeah, so my advice for rockets now, if you play a lot of US or British, close air support sort of vehicle, if you play them for tanks, you're obviously going to use rockets and bombs as your main means of ground striking. And bombs, by far, I would say, are the most reliable source for kills in the game right now. Because if you can get that on target, you can still accurately blow it up in one run. Whereas the rockets now and cannons, it's going to take multiple passes, multiple hits and strikes, and a lot more skill. You're going to have to really work to you know, use rockets now. If you struggled with aiming before, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to double or triple your efforts, because not only do some people have issues aiming rockets, but now you have to aim them precisely to specifically where on the tank you need to hit. I'm sorry that was so poorly worded, but I think you get the point. Critical components, like I said, tops of the tanks, like the turret and the engine deck. Now, I will say that is for medium to heavy tanks. There was a light tank, I think it was a Japanese M24 or something, that I killed with... Actually, I didn't even kill him. I did hit his tank, and I think it was sort of to the side, sort of... It was at a weird angle, but it did pen essentially on the side of his tank, but, you know, it is a light tank, and even that didn't actually fully kill him. All it did was kill some crew members and jam his horizontal turret drive. By the way, I'd like to apologize to this poor teammate here. I wanted the kill, and not only did I not get it, but I killed him in the process. So I'd like to apologize for that. When I went in for that, I knew I was being greedy, and I knew there was a pretty high chance I might bomb him, but I sort of had some like wishful thinking when I went into that. So, and I totally forgot, one thing that I do have to commend guys on with the update is the rocket and bomb hit cams. And I think the hit cams for rockets are even more essential than ever now, since they've made it such a necessary to get such precise hits on the tank. So, yeah, I think I've covered just about everything. I believe that German and Allied, I think overall the air is a little bit more balanced in realistic battles right now. I don't know if anything's been solved or not, because they didn't actually change. You know, planes are just as easy as they were before to get into. If you want to, you could still do the rush AA and bail out method, and my awareness, they haven't changed any of that. In fact, who knows, there might be a stupid new meta, although I doubt it. I think the reason it became a problem is because people realized rockets were extremely good and it could be abused. Now that rockets aren't extremely good, who knows? But yes, so in short, rockets operate more like cannons now, in the sense that you have to get precise shots on critical compartments of the tank, primarily the roof of the turret or the engine deck, to set fires and kill crew members. And that, I don't know if rockets actually had, I didn't check this, I don't know if rockets had penetrating and explosive values on their stat cards before this update, but they have them now. They have them now, and they are very low. So yeah, that's about all I have to say for the video. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the video editing, or, you know, it's a post commentary recorded with the video. I don't know what I'm going to do editing wise, so I'm sorry if there's parts of the video that don't make sense because I moved video around or something. But yeah, I'm gonna end talking here, but I'll leave one little extra clip of me using the rockets on the M24. Like, I'm pretty sure it's an M24, like I said. That's better. I'm just leaving like 1 or 2 extra kills at the end here, but thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry that's one of the best commentary, but you have no idea how many retakes I did of this. You have no idea. I just can't even get into it. I don't know how I made it so complicated, but I did. I managed to make it extremely complicated. Like, I need to basically written my own scripts, or else I would have kept whatever. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the rockets Do you think it was necessary? Do you think it was necessary but they overkilled it? Or do you think, damn the Allies, I can finally play my German tanks again, and it needs to stay this way for as long as possible? let me know which of those you are. If you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next video.